the identification of vulnerable groups who may require food subsidies has been mapped out by our national government coordination staff in consultation with all counties to ensure timely and targeted intervention if this situation escalates. We encourage Parliament in their patriotic mandate to exercise imagination commensurate with the magnitude of the challenge we face. As government makes efforts to mitigate the suffering of the people through a raft of measures already announced, I wish to appeal to the private sector to be compassionate, understanding, and forbearing with our people, and particularly to employers to make necessary adjustments on non-core expenses to safeguard jobs and to endeavor not to lay off staff. I also appeal to the financial sector, financial services sector, and more specifically the banking industry, to be equally understanding and consider instituting loan interest moratoria, suspend foreclosure on properties, and work out a framework to renegotiate loans with borrowers as requested by government. Equally, we encourage our county governments and assemblies to realign their budgets and redirect their resources towards intervention to manage this pandemic and its socio-economic ramifications, and especially to the vulnerable. Our farmers, in their millions, should come out strongly and take advantage of the good rains that we continue to experience and grow as much food as is possible. County governments are urged to work with the national government to coordinate extension, mechanization, and other enabling services. We also acknowledge the exemplary coverage by the media, who have gone to great lengths to facilitate dissemination of information that has enhanced public knowledge on this pandemic. We have also tasked health officials in counties to proactively issue guidelines for food supply chains to control the handling of farm produce, including vegetables and fruits, as well as commercial crops like miraa. The continued supply of fresh produce and food in its entirety is important for our collective health. Finally, though we are going to celebrate this Easter weekend differently, we must remind ourselves that Jesus was persecuted, betrayed, crucified, and that he ultimately died and was crucified and was buried. But he triumphed over death. His resurrection is the reason for our hope of eternal life. I call on the Christian community to lift up our nation in prayer this Easter period. And I equally ask Kenyans of all faiths to commend our nation to God's unfailing mercy and grace for us to overcome this daunting pandemic. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless you all.